So what's up guys? Good evening. So basically this video is just a breakdown of GBPUSD. I've been wondering how I've been able to trade GBPUSD back to back for about a month now, even though we took some loss. So this is just a breakdown video of a top-down analysis breakdown of GBPUSD from a higher time frame perspective. I want you guys to see and understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what actually determines where market is going to head to. I need to understand that at first. So I'll start from daily time frame because I'm a day trader and I basically just do my top down analysis from the daily time frame, then to the 4 hours, then to the 1 hour, then on the 15 minute I get to take trade entries. So basically today's candle has closed. This is a new candle that just popped out right there. It's a new candle just popped out right there. So this is a top down analysis video. So basically, it's obvious that GPUSD has been on an uptrend for a long time now. Has been on an uptrend for a long time. Then after getting to this point, we started seeing markets consolidate, meaning that it started coming downwards, started dropping off this point, started dropping down. So as you can see from there, started creating patterns like it's about to go up, but still it's created a fake breakout right up here, which we also took advantage of. It's created a fake breakout there, and now it's back into that zone. So GPUSD is actually ranging from this high and this low and this high. So if you understand support and resistance, you know this high, this is a low, this lower high, and this is a lower low. Then from there, started giving signs that it's going to reverse, which gave another low or another lower high, which make this an equal high here. Then it was not able to break this zone, and it was not able to break this low. We should be expecting market to push to the upside, which it did. But after a long term consolidation for about a week or two, a long time consolidation, which is this chart pattern you can see here, market just range from this low to this high for weeks before breaking out last week Friday, I guess. Last week Friday, Thursday or Wednesday, before breaking out, then back into the zone again this week. So this is a pattern, a chart correction pattern, which is just like an inverse head and shoulder. There are there are three chart patterns that you need to understand, and they are vice versa for each the two trends that we have, which is uptrend and downtrend. So the three patterns that you need to observe, reversal patterns or continuation patterns, are for an uptrend like this. You want to basically focus on these three patterns for an uptrend. You want to basically focus on the W pattern, or we call it double top, double bottom. You want to basically focus on this kind of pattern. You want to also focus on this kind of pattern, the inverse head and shoulder, the inverse head and shoulder pattern, like this. And you want to also focus on the third one, which is convergence, a convergence like this. Yeah, something like this. It can come either ways. This can be represented two times. Like this the first low is shorter than the second. So it can also come in this way, whereby the first is longer than the second. So you want to focus on patterns like this for an uptrend. on key zones, patterns like this for an uptrend. And as well for a downtrend, is just a reversal, which is equal top like this, equal tops like this. And you also want to focus on the head and shoulder pattern, which is the inverse of the inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, you want to focus on patterns like this. You also want to focus on the divergence like this, which also can come in two different ways, which is like this. The first should get shorter than the second. Basically, these are the patterns you want to be watching out for as a reversal pattern on either the higher time frame or the lower time frame. They all work, they all perform the same function. So basically from here is looking like an inverse head and shoulder like this, an inverse head and shoulder like this. This is the first shoulder, there's the head, then this consolidation is the second shoulder, and we expect market to just keep pushing upward, which it did, and now it's coming back inside the zone again. So what am I looking out for? What I'm basically looking out for on the daily time frame, that's from the higher time frame perspective, is for market to at least come back into the zone before we can see another up push. Why am I saying that? Is because on the higher time frame, as you can see, is an uptrend, and this is a reversal pattern for the continuation of this uptrend. This is the previous low, and market has not broken below it. Instead, it broke above it. So I just want market to come back into this key zone, which it has retested multiple times, which it has tested multiple times. I want market to just come back into these zones. Then we can start to watch out for longs or continuation on GBPUSD. By the way, that does not mean that when I see my entry confluence on the lower time frame, I will not enter. I will definitely enter the market. I will definitely. So we're expecting market to just come back into the zone. This is a long-term perspective. Long-term perspective. So expecting market to come back into the zone before we start to see the up push. But for now, I think the retracement is still ongoing and it's not likely to close yet. It's not likely to end yet. So I feel it should come back into the zone. If it respects this zone, then we should see more of up push from this zone. So that's that on that. So this is the daily time frame market view. Don't forget, this is the daily time frame market view. It's not what we decide our action when we get an opportunity. The daily time frame is just to tell us the overall, like you know, if you are on the 15-minute time frame, you are just seeing the surface. So the daily time frame is just like deep down, everything you need to know about GBPUSD, you see it on daily time frame, like the higher time frame perspective, like long term view is what you see on daily time frame. But short time view, you just want to take on 20 pips, 30 pips, 50 pips. You can get that on the 15-minute time frame. So on the daily time frame, we are looking for market to come into this zone, and we expect market to react off the zone, then it will start pushing to the upside. That's our focus on the long time perspective. So going down to the 4 hour time frame, basically on the 4 hour time frame is still an uptrend. On the 4 hour time frame, market is still uptrending. So basically what I do on the 4 hour time frame, is basically just to confirm that market is still in an uptrend. But that being said, I still won't take action on the 4 hour time frame because there are three categories of traders. We have the scalpers, we have the day traders, and we have the swing traders. The scalpers deal with the 15-minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, the 1 minute time frame, 3 minute time frame. That's where they do the analysis and get their trade entry. Why the day trader use the 4 hours, the daily time frame, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute time frame to get their trading confluence and trading entries. Why the swing traders use the 4 hours, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame to get their own trading entry or trading confluence. So on the 4 hour time frame, basically I check for the trend of the market as a day trader, just as I've done on the daily time frame. The day time frame I've spotted out the zone where I'm expecting market to come to. But that does not mean I can't take a trade before market gets to that point. So daily time frame is just the higher perspective where we are expecting market to get to in the future. And that does not mean we can't take action now. So on the 4 hour time frame, we are still uptrending. But as you can see, if you understand the rule of trend line, this trend line has been broken and which surge a very impulsive downtrend, which shows that we are currently on a downtrend on the 4 hour time frame. But higher perspective, we are on an uptrend. So on the 1 hour time frame, I want to assure that we are on a downtrend, which is currently what we are seeing here. Market is currently on a downtrend on the 1 hour time frame. So you want to be following the current trend of the market on the 1 hour time frame. I basically use 4 hour time frame to check the overall trend of the market, and I use the 1 hour time frame to check the current trend of the market. The reason why I went on the daily time frame to analyze the chart was to understand what market is actually doing, what is going to happen in the future, what the market is actually saying on a bigger scale. That's why I went to the daily time frame to do the analysis from there. But on the 4 hour time frame is where I do check my current trend of the market. And from the 4 hour time frame, the current trend of the market or the overall trend of the market is still uptrending. But we are seeing a slight decline, which our 1 hour also confirmed that we are on a downtrend because this uptrend took a pause here at this zone here, took a pause and started to what? Started to drop down aggressively. So this is the trend origin. I didn't use this. I didn't draw my trend line from here because it's not looking. It's not looking okay for me because if I use this eye here, it's just going to be a slash down, and which will not give like that very very solid entry for me. So I had to use the second high, which confirms that what we are now in a downtrend. The second lower high, which confirms that we're on a downtrend. That was why I used to mark out or to draw out my trend line. And there we have it. So we're on a downtrend for the 1 hour time frame. And going back to the 15-minute time frame, going down to the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame is where I actually get my trade entry. Where I actually get my trade entry. Don't forget on the daily time frame, on the 4 hour time frame, I just marked out zone that I'm expecting market to come to. Zones that market have respected multiple times. And I'm expecting market to come back there in the future to respect those zones. So on the 15-minute time frame, what do I do? How do I get trade entry? I know a lot of you might be asking that question. How do I get my trade entry that we've been killing it almost for a month now? We've been growing our account and a lot of people are actually benefiting from these trade signals. As you can see, everything is there. on my charts. Every trade we took is basically on my chart. Every trade we took is basically on my chart. So I can easily go back there and as I can go back there as a and use them as a point of reference to whatever I want to do. Whatever mistake I make, whatever loss I make, I go there and just do correction. Okay, well, this was why I did right. This was why I did wrong. Like this now, because market was on a downtrend. We were selling all through. We were selling all through. Market was on an uptrend. We were buying, buying, buying. The time we sold, we took a loss. We sold again, we took a loss. That's to show you that what always follow the trend of the market. When we are buying, we're not taking loss. When we're buying, we're not taking loss. But when we sold, we took a loss because the market is on an uptrend. You don't go against the trend of the market. And you can see here again, we took a buy poof. This one we took a buy. Market just hit us with spread. So spread that hit us out on this trade. I can remember very, very well. Spread. Market see the market did not even it's not it not hit us out straight to take profit. Spread just hit us out on that trade. And when we try to sell the markets, man, this was I think NFP also or CPI, it went against us. And when we bought the next day, poof, profit everywhere. And this one too, we bought when markets got to that sensitive zone that was marked out on the daily time frame. We sold because market reacted off of that zone and we're in good profit. The same thing we tried selling, poof, stop loss hit because we are still on an uptrend. The trend has not finished yet. It just reacted off of this sensitive zone, a key zone on daily time frame. Market just hit us out and kept on going up. We didn't trade for like 3 days, which was a good thing because my trading entry or my trading conference didn't play out. I did not bother to rush the market. So this was, I think, NFP. Is it NFP or Fed rate cut? I don't know which one it is. As if Fed rate cut. Yeah, Fed rate cut on Wednesday, 17th of September 2025. Fed rate cut, which we took the trade around 7 a.m. in the morning and we take profits by 7. 7 to 7. We take profit around 7. Yeah, I think Fed rate cut was really 7 p.m. Yeah. 7 to 7. And we smashed it. The next day again, when market reacted off that sensitive zone again on the daily time frame, started dropping again. So we just had to sell. And like that, market again hit us out here. I think this was yeah, let me explain this trade. This trade, it was just a stupid trade because this was not my entry. My entry conference did not show up. Did not show up at all. I was just trading based on sentiment because market was trying to give like an head and shoulder pattern here, and weak rejection off of this zone made me to want to sell the market. So market just poof it us out, and it was actually a small loss. I think $14 plus that we lost there because it was 20 pips, which was not really much. Our maximum pips that we actually risk per trade is actually 30, and we reached just 20, which was not really much. And this was yesterday's trade, which we got in for a buy and asked us to change bias to close in no profit after seeing this correction pattern here. This correction pattern, this head and shoulder pattern. No, this equal highs, which was like the divergence and convergence I actually spoke about. Yes. Let me look, let me point it out very well. You can see the first leg. Yes. The first leg was longer than the second leg and market just poof. It's range, which we're on the trade and we just closed today, I guess. Yeah, we closed today. So our stop loss was actually above this high, but when we're in profit,